processions of the Worshipful Mayor of Poole, the University Board, Senate, and the Pro-Chancellor. Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Pro-Chancellor, Mrs. Valerie Pitt-Rivers.
Good morning, everyone. Distinguished guests, Vice-Chancellor, family members, partners, friends, and most important of all, graduates. Welcome to your Bournemouth University graduation ceremony for the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences. And as a Pro-Chancellor of the university, I'm privileged to be representing the Chancellor at this ceremony today. I'm delighted also to welcome the Worshipful the Mayor of Poole, Councillor Lindsay Wilson, and our three honorary graduates, Sue Sutherland, Darran Gunter, and Gail Adams, and you'll hear more about them a bit later on. I stand here filled with a bit of trepidation, but a lot of delight. Trepidation because it's a great responsibility to preside over this important occasion, which marks your tremendous achievements. And delight because it is wonderful to be here to share this special day with you. And as a Pro-Chancellor, having taken part in previous graduation ceremonies, I can say with some certainty that it's not me, but it's your friends and families who have the most work to do today. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you have a lot of clapping ahead of you. Because this morning, in addition to our three honorary graduates, nearly 600 students from 40 countries will be receiving their degrees. And talking of numbers, you might like to know that this week, more than 3,500 graduates from 100 countries have crossed this stage. Some of you may have expected this to be a solemn affair. Far from it. You are our honoured guests for the day, so do enjoy it, because it is a day that I'm sure you will all remember for the rest of your life. Graduation is such an important event for everyone involved, so there should be lots of applause, lots of cheering, even a bit of whooping if you feel like it, because you've certainly earned it. And I'm well aware that to support someone through university can be tough, and I'm sure that many of you here today will be reflecting on time growing up, years at school, the success of gaining admission to university, and then when even more support has been needed, the time at BU, the pressures of exams, and the anxiety of waiting for results. And we shouldn't forget also how hard our academic and support staff work to support our students too. So congratulations are actually due to everyone in this room and to those watching wherever they are all over the world. But of course our main congratulations must go to you, our graduates. We are all very proud of you because it is you who have put in the hard work and effort to earn your qualifications. You should be very proud of yourselves as well. And there are a great many reasons to celebrate your success because BU graduates are extremely employable. Many of you have qualified into professions which will give you the opportunity to have a huge positive impact on people's lives. And this is something we recognise and value highly at BU. But while employment is important, university also gives you opportunities to grow in many other ways, to explore new interests, develop new skills, and make friends, which I'm sure you will keep for the rest of your life. Your faculty is well known for its prestigious research projects, including those on dementia and nutrition. The projects cover a wide range of areas that have a direct impact on people nationally and around the world, as well as in our own region. And this year, 13 outstanding students will be awarded doctorates, including 6 of our own members of staff. BU contributes more than £1 million a day to the region's economy, and our students contribute much more through volunteering with local, national and global projects and raising money for local charities. So, as well as celebrating your academic successes, we thank you for the role you have played in building the university's reputation in the community and much further afield. I've known and lived in Dorset for a very long time, and I'm delighted that you chose to come and study at BU. I hope you have fond memories of your time here and that you'll come back to visit us year upon year. And don't forget to keep in touch through our alumni network as well. But that is all in the future, and now we are all looking forward to seeing you receive your degrees. So I'll end by saying congratulations again and giving you my very best wishes for whatever you all decide to do next. And I now have great pleasure in declaring this ceremony open. Thank you.
This congregation is assembled for the conferment of 3 honorary degrees. Pro-Chancellor, I invite Professor Richard Conder to present Ms. Sue Sutherland, OBE.
Pro-Chancellor. Sue Sutherland's desire to improve lives led to a career in the health sector, which was celebrated in 2006 when she was awarded an OBE for services to organ transplantation. Her career highlights include leading an NHS Special Health Authority and 2 hospital trusts. She knew that she wanted to be a nurse from an early age. Her plan to train with a prestigious London teaching hospital was put at risk when she achieved just 1 O-level. From the grammar school, she disliked with a passion. Motivated to succeed, she enrolled at college, but went on to achieve all her O-levels at grade A, as well as a pre-nursing qualification in just 1 year. Sue has fond memories of her first student nursing role at University College Hospital, London, where she loved the rigour and routine of life on the wards. Realising that she could have a greater impact on more lives by progressing to more senior positions, she went on to become the youngest nursing officer in the UK. This achievement was followed by a series of senior roles in the health sector, including head of HR for Marie Curie, and directorships of nursing, HR, and operations at Royal Devon and Exeter hospitals. In 2000, Sue took up her first chief executive role with UK Transplant, a job she describes as the best of her career. Sue led a team which reversed a decade-long decline in organ donation and oversaw a record number of transplants. Inspired by the potential to transform patients' lives, Sue's team delivered an awareness campaign which included adding donor registration details to driving licenses and advising on donor storylines in soap operas. Her work with UK Transplant led to her being awarded an OBE in 2006. Sue became Chief Executive of Poole Hospital as it prepared to launch as an NHS Foundation Trust, and later took on an interim Chief Executive role at Dorset County Hospital NHS Foundation Trust before retiring in 2010. In 2006, Sue transferred her passion for improving lives to the education sector when she joined the board at Bournemouth University. As chair of the board for 6 years, Sue worked closely with the university executive team to improve the quality of the student experience and continues to be a powerful advocate for the university's work. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour and the great privilege to present Sue Sutherland, OBE, and ask you to confer upon her the degree of Doctor of Education, honoris causa.
Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests, Chairman of the Board, Vice-Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, and those who nominated me for this amazing award, thank you so very, very much. I feel so honoured and privileged to receive it. As you've just heard, my secret is out. I left school at 16 with virtually no qualifications, in a class culture where women were not expected to embark on a career, but rather to find basic work until they got married. I was more ambitious and wanted to make a difference to the lives of others. Nurses and midwives make a real difference to the lives of patients and their families. And the experience I gained and the skills I learnt, both as a nurse and as a midwife, gave me the opportunity to develop what turned out to be, for me, the most fantastic and privileged career in the NHS, whilst I believe still making a difference to patients, families and staff. Most notably was when I was the Chief Executive of UK Transplant. Organ transplants really do save lives and transform the lives of families. Latterly, I was really privileged to be able to transfer my skills and knowledge to a student-focused organisation when I became the non-executive chairman of the university board. And again, this was such a huge honour, and I have been so very, very lucky in my life. I have, of course, worked very hard. I've relished every opportunity and challenge, and I do have a very optimistic and can-do mentality. But I have also been developed and encouraged, supported and inspired by some really great people, many of whom are in this room today, and especially and including my husband Alan and son Angus. I won't pretend to you that work and achieving success is always easy. You will face challenges and you will have to make sacrifices, but it can also be huge fun and very, very rewarding. Those of you graduating today and starting out on your own careers are far better educated and equipped to deal with this fast-moving world than many in my generation. And I know from my own experience of working with this university through 10 years that you and your generation of students will, through your own successes, make this world a better place. So, in conclusion, what would I say to you? I would say, as you move forward in your careers, believe in yourself and the goodness of others. Be visionary, passionate, and inspirational. Be bold and tenacious. Be kind to yourself and, importantly, everyone around you. But in doing all of that, don't forget to live your own life to the full and have fun on your own journey. Very many congratulations to you all on your graduation today. Thank you so much for letting me share your day with you and for this really amazing award. It is very, very much appreciated. Thank you.
Pro-Chancellor, I invite Dr. Kathy Curtis to present Ms. Gail Adams, OBE.
Pro-Chancellor. Gail Adams is an activist who represents the rights of healthcare professionals at the highest level and campaigns to ensure a fair deal for nurses and NHS staff. Having served as head of nursing at Unison for 14 years, she was awarded an OBE for services to nursing and public healthcare in 2017. Gail attributes her decision to train as a nurse to both of her sisters being nurses and 2 prolonged stays in hospital in her early teens. Having undergone intensive treatment for psoriasis, she developed a deep respect for the nurses who looked after her. Unfortunately, having begun her training, this same health condition almost scuppered her ambitions, as she was told it was not conducive to a career in nursing. Gail was suspended from her training for a year to undergo further treatment, before returning, undeterred, to complete her qualifications at St George's Teaching Hospital in Tooting. Gail began her nursing career in orthopaedics, working across high-dependency units and in operating theatres at St George's. At the same time, she became an active trade union branch secretary and successfully fought appeals against a new grading structure which secured significant back pay for nurses. Her progression through the trade union movement kept pace with her professional career, and following a secondment to the Department of Health, she became a team leader for education at St George's, as well as chair of Unison's National Committee. These roles enabled Gail to put her values into action by increasing opportunity and removing inequalities through education. Since moving from nursing to a full-time role with Unison, Gail has been influential in the shaping of healthcare policy affecting the rights and practices of frontline teams. Throughout her career, she has promoted equality of opportunity, viewing hospital cleaners as vital parts of infection control and domestic staff as central to the patient experience. This attitude has led her to campaign for greater investment in training for staff at all grades. It also led her to join the steering group of the Mary Seacole Awards, set up to recognise the outstanding work of Black and minority ethnic staff in the NHS. Gail is clear that the experiences of Black staff in the NHS are not the same as their white counterparts, and that sometimes you must do things differently to achieve equality. She was instrumental in the Prime Minister's Commission on the Future of Nursing and Midwifery in England, and has recently helped students campaign to retain the NHS bursary. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present Gail Adams, OBE, and I ask you to confer upon her the degree of Doctor of Education, honoris causa.
Good morning. I'm slightly height challenged, so I hope you can at least see the top of my hat, if not my face. Pro-Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, students, mums and dads, may I firstly say how honoured I am to receive this doctorate from such a distinguished university. I'm truly overwhelmed, especially after listening to that citation. I've had the privilege of working with 2 of your members of staff, Doctors Vanessa Heaslip and Janet Scammell, both of whom have championed students, people and nursing. And I'd also like to thank the giants whose shoulders I have stood upon. My boss, Dave Prentice, Karen Jennings, Leslie Fisher, Eric Roberts, the late, great Rodney Bickerstaff, all of whom have influenced and supported me. I have a reputation for speaking from the heart, which has sometimes got me into trouble. I would like to offer my warmest congratulations to each and every one of you graduating today. You've worked so hard to reach this milestone, and it will have been your friends, family, coupled with your own determination which has got you here. It will also be tinged with sadness as you move on in your careers and say goodbye to each other. Many of you will stay in touch and recount memories of your training and each other. I'm still in touch with a number of students that I trained with, and when we meet, it's always good to look back with fondness at our times together. It's true that I would rather there were some of my more colourful episodes of my youth that they would forget, but that's what friends are for. Like you, I have some of my family and close friends with me today, and I would like to thank them for the love and support they have constantly shown me. I'm nothing without them in my life. It's a miracle, actually, that I'm here today. Miss Snellgrove, my teacher in my school report from 1978, said that Gail is a lovely student but would do so much better if she did her homework and stopped chatting in class. My maths teacher said I needed to apply myself and hand my homework in. And Mrs. Foe, my English teacher, once noted 99 punctuation mistakes in one essay. Don't ask my sister about my spelling, as she will recount some childhood train journey and the spelling of the word giraffe. I left school with not even 2 O-levels, with a few CSEs, but my career has indeed been colourful. In June 1984, I started my nurse training, and as has mentioned, I was then suspended from my training because I had aggressive psoriasis, and the school believed that they'd made a mistake in taking me on to train. However, I'd been honest throughout and declared it on the medical assessment and also seen the occupational health department. What I didn't know then was that the steps they would take next would be life-altering for me. I was summoned into the office and told that I was a stupid little girl and just prolonging the outcome. I took that to mean that they'd get rid of me anyway, and I was only delaying matters. There is that old saying that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and there is no doubt that their treatment of me then helped to shape me into the nurse and the person that I would become. I stood my ground, and with the help of my family and the support of my union, I challenged them. The grievance I took out was upheld, and as a result of my journey, I became active in the trade union movement, wanting to give something back for all the help and support they had given me, and championing the issues which I believed in: fairness, compassion for staff, as well as patients and equality. As the head of Nursing for Unison, I've been given the freedom to use my voice to support the nursing family, to ask those awkward questions like, why are you more likely to be reported to the Nursing Midwifery Council if you're black than if you're white as a nurse or a midwife? Or my recent question to the Secretary of State at a national conference for the bank and agency money that we had saved, whether we could have it back so we could pay our staff a decent pay rise. I have a reputation for speaking my mind, but I believed I had a responsibility to do so. You are all starting your career at a challenging time. It is not going to be easy, but by supporting each other, you will all find a way forward. You may come up with cunning and innovative ways around things. When I introduced the National Politeness Day in theatres, as the surgeons and anaesthetists didn't say please or thank you. Working on the assumption we couldn't be disciplined for being polite, we used phrases like, may I take that airway from you? Would you like me to help you with that? But they were surgeons, so they didn't pick up on our polite sarcasm immediately. But it didn't take them long till the proper order of good morning, hello, and thank you were returned. Our profession faces many challenges: pay, staffing levels, patient safety, and discrimination, to name but a few. But as each generation tries to make a difference, it's an opportunity for us to support each other, to improve patient care and our profession, for each of you to challenge, to grow, to change. I cannot promise that you will never make a mistake, as a number of you will. However, I can promise you that you will learn from it. Nelson Mandela said that the greatest glory lies not in never failing, but in rising every time you fall. Earlier this year, as mentioned, I received an OBE, and no one was more shocked than me. If you'd asked my dad, he'd probably thought I'd be more likely to be locked up in the Tower than ending up in Buckingham Palace. I kept expecting them to realise that they'd made a mistake. My brother came up with the cunning plan of falling in front of the Duke of Cambridge. Chivalry, he said, would mean that he would have to help me up. But I said there's a fatal flaw in that cunning plan. I'd have to fall over, look like a prat, and make a fool of myself. And, he said, friends and family are vital to you now and in the future. They keep you grounded. My advice to you as you graduate today is to always be open to receive. By this, I mean don't be afraid to move or change your area of practice. Today is the start of your new journey and career. Explore, challenge, ask questions. If my journey has any message, it's that you can come from a low-paid, working-class background with little education and still succeed. I didn't go to university, but I am one of the people who was extraordinarily delighted that nurse education moved into universities. And it's no doubt that although I've spoken my mind, it's not been career-ending. God knows I've hacked off a few ministers and 1 or 2 prime ministers. If you'd asked me at 18 where would I be, there's no way in the world I would say standing on this stage, the recipient of an honorary doctorate. But if you'd asked my mum, who knows, she always said that I had a mouth on me. Perhaps she knew something that I did not. I am immensely proud to be standing here today, but more importantly than that, I am exceptionally proud of all of you. The future of our profession, whether it is nursing, midwifery, operating department practice, occupational therapy or science, is bright. And it is bright because you and others at similar events taking place across the UK are part of it. I'm always struck by words, so I would like to end with some that are not my own, but a poem by Christopher Logue. Come to the edge, we might fall. Come to the edge, it's too high. Come to the edge, and they came, and he pushed, and they flew. I hope you fly in your career. It's been a privilege to be with you today and to be part of this fantastic event. But in moving on, I would ask one favour of you. Be a helping hand. I believe it's up to each generation of us to bring on the next, to nurture, to educate, support. I hope you will do the same for others, as Bournemouth University has done for you. Have a fantastic day. Congratulations to everyone graduating today, and good luck with your career.
Pro-Chancellor, I invite Professor Edwin van Teilingen to present Mr. Darran Gunter.
Pro-Chancellor, Darran Gunter has led a distinguished career in emergency services, including serving as Chief Fire Officer for Dorset for 10 years and being awarded the Queen Fire Service Medal. During his time in charge of Dorset Fire and Rescue Service, Darran oversaw a new focus on prevention, which coincided with the reduction of fire-related deaths in the county. Darran describes his working life as a result of career deselection. Having been born in a mining family in South Wales, he was urged by his father to work hard and break the generational mold. Darran came to the end of his schooling at the end of the miners' strike, or during the miners' strike, and he applied for the fire services, having seen a local advert. Having convinced his parents of his career choice, Darran joined Gwent Fire Service, where he was quickly promoted to lead fireman. A desire to experience working for a busier, larger fire service led him to relocate to Birmingham, a move that he describes as career-defining. At West Midlands Fire Service, Darran progressed to station manager and continued his academic studies with a diploma in management studies and an MBA at Birmingham University. His time at Birmingham gave Darran a passion for leading and developing others. And as a result of this, he joined the Fire Services College as an instructor in management and command. He went on to join Dorset Fire and Rescue Services as Assistant Chief Fire Officer in 2001, progressing to Chief Fire Officer and overseeing the amalgamation of Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Services. His experience of 13 fire-related deaths in 13 months at Dorset made him determined to transform the service from reactive to proactive. He set about launching a prevention campaign which resulted in the fire services becoming an integral part of the community. This was exemplified by the launch of a new Weymouth Community Fire Station in 2011, a glass-fronted building incorporating community and training facilities. As a boy from the Welsh Valleys, whose family has always worked in mining, Darran's advice to others starting is to be guided by your ambitions and not your past. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present Darran Gunter and ask you to confer upon him the degree of Doctor of Business Administration honoris causa.
It's only the one page, don't worry. I'll spare copies, I shouldn't keep them together. Pro-Chancellor, Mayor of Poole, distinguished guests, family, friends, loved ones, and of course today's graduates. On behalf of my family and I, it is a great privilege to be recognised and receive the Honorary Award of Doctor of Business Administration from Bournemouth University. Some of you will have already picked up by my accent and the citation that I am not of Dorset origin. I was born and bred in the valleys of South Wales. The 1970s is a distant history to many of our graduates today, but for me, what the valleys lacked in terms of career opportunity and progression, it more than made up for with the DNA of community values and hard work. My career began as a junior fireman in 1983. Having left school, like some of my other awardees today with little qualifications, I was lured for £28 a week as a junior fireman. And whilst less than a generation ago, it is remarkable to think that my protective clothing for going into those burning buildings consisted of plastic leggings, a cork helmet, and gardening gloves. Of course, times have now changed, and today's firefighters firefighting our communities continue to benefit from technology, but more importantly, the behavioural change of our communities, being educated to be more risk-aware and preventing fires happening in the first instance. After serving for 6 years in the Gwent Fire Brigade, and at the age of 23, my wife and I moved to the West Midlands. Quite apart from what seemed like a completely new language for me and for them, it was an enormous learning time for me, for both in terms of the sheer activity of the service and my decision to recommence my academic studies with Birmingham University. The blend of learning, both academically and vocationally, did many things. But just like our graduates today, the most important thing for me was the self-insight, awareness, and belief. In short, the knowing, the willing, and the doing that the mix of theory and practice nurtured. I learned in my early years that learning, leading, and in fact, living are indispensable. And I realized that after 34 years in the fire service, 31 of which were as a leader, I could probably double my career, but still have as much to learn about leadership and myself as what I know now. What I do know is that leadership is about people, starting, of course, with oneself. Like all humans, our emotions largely determine our behaviors. But as a leader, you are an emotional contagion. You are a carrier of hope, belief, and expectation. Following subsequent moves to Oxford and Devon, in 2001, my family and I moved to Dorset. And in 2006, I became the Chief Fire Officer, and a decade later, led the establishment of the Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Service. I've enjoyed my career, and I sleep well, knowing that firefighters no longer wear gardening gloves, Fire stations are no longer garages, but are now community safety hubs. And indeed, firefighters spend as much time changing lives as saving lives. I left the fire service 11 months ago. It was a planned end to my career, but of course I always knew I would miss it. But how? For when I joined, it was not a deliberate career path. I guess, like my Welsh friends, I could have stayed in the valleys, but I didn't. The early decisions in my career were in fact negative decisions about the things I didn't want to do, rather than the pursuit of a specific goal. I mention this not as a weakness, but as advice for the hundreds of graduates here today who now take to the career ladder. So what would be my 3 parting career tips? Firstly, life is of course for living, but it can also be for learning. This doesn't need to be a theoretical or academic maze, but my advice would be to start with a personal curiosity to continue to learn about yourself. Secondly, I have worked with some fantastic people. I forgot most of what they taught me, but I have never forgot how they made me feel. Value your emotions and use them wisely. And finally, stay happy. This doesn't mean having the best of everything, but it means making the best of what you have. Let your hopes be your guiding stars. Pro-Chancellor, Birmingham University, on behalf of myself and my family, thank you for this recognition. It is a huge privilege for doing a job I have simply loved. Best wishes, best luck for all our graduates here today. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, President of the Students' Union, Mr. Daniel Asaya.
Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and my non-binary siblings. It is an honor to be addressing you on behalf of the Students' Union. Today is a big day, a remarkable one for you to look back at your time with friends and reminisce on the many memories that you've made here. Whether you're graduating with a distinction or a pass, what matters most is that you've made it this far. And today, you become graduates who will go on to do amazing things, challenge stereotypes, and have no doubt that you'll be successful. To our parents and loved ones present, I salute you. Thank you for your words of encouragement, and thanks for being a part of this journey. You see, everyone has a unique story about their time at Bournemouth University, but there's also a lot that we have in common. We've all experienced that shift from awkward hellos as freshers to friendships that would last a lifetime. We have overcome challenges, found solutions to difficult problems, and even moved from beans on toast to more experimental cuisine. But as we celebrate this Memorial Day, it is worth highlighting that some of us will go on to be leaders in our areas of expertise, while others would end up taking a different path completely, just like me, who 4 years ago, before coming to study in the UK, was sitting at my own graduation ceremony, having bagged the first class in information technology. I remember wondering what the future held and where my journey would take me next. Never saw myself having a passion for something really different, like politics. And I'm glad we're starting to see more engagement from young people, by the way. But most importantly, standing here today as a re-elected full-time officer who's made history as the first Black and international president of the Students' Union. Whichever way you end up going, what you have learned and the skills that you've gained during your course of studies or through your engagement with the Students' Union will benefit you. But our journey isn't over yet. In fact, it is just beginning. Our generation will be the next titans of industry, creators of jobs, and pioneers of innovation. We are a generation of risk takers, prepared to fail, prepared to pick ourselves up and start again, prepared for the chance to do something truly great, to be someone truly great. We, the graduates of Bournemouth University, are the next generation of leaders who will be the change we want to see in this world. So go out there, use your voice, use your platform, challenge the status quo, but most of all, always be you. Thank you guys and good luck.
This congregation is assembled for the presentation of postgraduate and undergraduate awards of the university. Pro-Chancellor, recipients of awards in the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences will be presented by the Executive Dean, Professor Stephen T., and received as graduates by the Vice-Chancellor, Professor John Vinney.
Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to present the recipients of awards for the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences. I'm especially privileged to present the awards for Doctor of Philosophy. These are the highest awards and represent many years of hard work and original contribution to the body of knowledge. In recognition of a programme of work entitled A Retrospective Study Exploring Clinical, Biological and Behavioural Factors Contributing to Changes in Body Weight Following Early Breast Cancer Diagnosis, Anna Maria Barberia. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Powerless Responsibility, Women's Experiences of Caring for Their Late Preterm Babies, Louisa Jescuti Butler. In recognition of a programme of work entitled The Care of Kin, a case study approach to kinship care in the south of England and Zululand, South Africa, Jill Katherine Davey. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Exploring Metabolic and Molecular Mechanisms Regulating Age-Related Declines in Human Skeletal Muscle Regenerative Capacity, Colleen Dean. In recognition of a programme of work entitled A Descriptive Phenomenological Study of Independent Midwives' Utilisation of Intuition as an Authoritative Form of Knowledge in Practice, Jane Philippa Fry. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Student Nurses' Lived Experiences of Their Last Practice Placement, Gillian Mary Phillips. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Measuring What Works, a Mixed Methods Evaluation of Health Promotion in Rural Nepal, Sheetal Sharma. In recognition of a programme of work entitled The Detection and Clinical Significance of TP53 Abnormalities in Chronic Lymphocytic Leukemia, Ian Andrew Tracy. in recognition of a programme of work entitled An Exploration of Specialist Nurses in Malta, a Qualitative Case Study, Marie Corinne Ward. Doctor of Professional Practice, in recognition of a programme of work entitled Developing Socio-Emotional Intelligence in Early Years Scholars, Camilla de Viz Rosenthal. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Changing Position, an exploration of the meaning of sexual well-being for physically disabled people, Sally Ann Lee. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Life After Stroke, A Life I Like and a Life to Live, Deborah Ruth Neal. Master of Arts in Advanced Mental Health Practice, and with distinction, Jennifer Maverick Delilah Barnard. Jacqueline Tyson. Master of Arts in Advanced Practice, Lorraine Bruce. Lucy Claire Couch. Catherine Elizabeth Franks. Joanna Hernandez. Emma Jane Matthews. David Jeffrey Murdoch. And with distinction, Samantha Louise Sargent. Catherine Simmons. Kirsty Slater. And with distinction, Tina Irvine Stafford. And with distinction, Catherine Vanessa Wilcox. Postgraduate Certificate in Professional Practice, Susan Marion Hawkins. Master of Arts in Leading and Developing Services, Sue Breeze Derrigan. Rebecca Pollington. Postgraduate Certificate in Leading and Developing Services, Rain Corquette. Master of Arts in Social Care, Sandra Tompia. Master of Arts in Social Work, Heidi Louisa Amos. Chaidi Donny Antoine. Chloe Amanda Baxter. And with distinction, Anna Bracek. Genevieve Doreen Buckley. Lisa Ann Birchall. And with distinction, Emma Natalie Giddins. Samantha Claire Hayward. Emily Jane Elizabeth Hodgson. Claire Mary Jones. And with distinction, Jacob Peter Mackay. Rosemary Wanjira Mahura. Susie Ann Ruffles. Sean Elizabeth Skinner. Amanda Jo Teague. Postgraduate Diploma in Social Work, Sally Olivia Shakespeare. Master of Science in Nutrition and Behaviour, and with distinction, Helen Felicia Gorn. Hilal Karaka. Karim Khaled. And with distinction, Daniel Lloyd White. Master of Science in Public Health, Davina Castro Anyog. Undabusi Everest Egbu. And with distinction, Pamela Oberdan. Marilyn Atieno Ochilo. Suliat Ajoki Salau. And with distinction, Tina Marie Spears. Bridget Jolly Tusimi. Postgraduate Diploma in Advanced Mental Health Practice, Dina Al-Hakim. Yvonne Chappell Matunzi. Cara Evans. And with distinction, Robert Pride Jarman. Postgraduate Diploma in Advanced Nurse Practitioner, and with distinction, Jane Patricia Beagle. Sujina Jacob. Sandra Irene Jenkins. Postgraduate Diploma in Midwifery, Isabella Martin. Catherine Louise Ruse. Abigail Leslie Taylor. Postgraduate Diploma in Public Health with professional registration as a specialist community public health nurse, health visiting, Heather Barham. And with distinction, Grace Elizabeth Bull. Serena Hunter. Elsbeth Muir. Hayley Janice Mullin. Kirsty Toynton. Postgraduate Diploma in Social Work, Children and Families, Catherine Marie Armstrong. Sarah Lucy Bevins. Nicola Louise Dilk. Justin Doherty. Francis Hagan Mitchell. Rebecca Eloise Munson. And with distinction, Louise Nicola Oliver. Samantha Louise Richards. Postgraduate Diploma in Vulnerable Adults and Community Care Practice, Smart Musimanga. Graduate Certificate in Leadership and Management in Health and Social Care, Ella Say. Graduate Certificate in Practice Education, Stephanie Coomber. Joanna Davis. Graduate Certificate in Professional Practice, Charles Alu Afabor. Christopher Enyonam Ahadzi. Donna Marie Comer. Susan Jane Denmark. Eileen Evans. Lee Farmery. Batsirai Huata. Winifred Iku Kudaisi. Sarah Loads. Hannah Ali Mohammed. Martin Charter. Wendy Turland. Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, Hannah Bowrin. Kirsty Jane Boyle. Tamsin Brown. Joanna Bytheway. Mauricia May Cansdale. Declan Michael Clark. And with first class honours, Katherine Duffy. And with first class honours, Kelly Frost. Mona Anissa Gall. Sarah Joanne Harris. Jodie May Harvey. Isabel Jane Hill. Gemma Abigail Leach. Charlotte Ann Lewis. Joanna Macaulay. Louise Michaela Maggs. David Christopher Maudsley. And with first class honours, Savannah Leonie McDermott. Zoe Louise McQuaid. Nairadzai Russell Monda. And with first class honours, Karen Josephine Maloney. Jennifer Ann Mugford. And with first class honours, Tiona Louise Oxley. Andrea Pollard. And with first-class honours, Rebecca Alex Robinson. Debbie Russell. Katie Megan Skinner. Sharon Vine. Lauren Marie Felicity Wright. Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Anthropology, Maya Blake Boland. Bethany Buckwell. Alexandra Clark. Atish Tusha Dave. And with first-class honours, Eleanor Davidson. Amy Donnellan. Jasmine Friend. Eliza Gattinau. Thomas Martin Gillett. Christopher Andrea Hasra-Lambus. Holly Hellis. Chloe Hernandez. And with first-class honours, Daniela Lucia Cantor. And with first-class honours, Rebecca Cusmin. Marianne Luck. Hannah McTaggart. Jasmine Atlanta Mead. Crystal Nicholson. Eamon Rafferty. And with first-class honours, Lydia Jane Schmidt. Odette Schwartz. Elle Sorrenti. Martine Stoylen. George Torpy. Ronnie Elijah White. Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Social Policy, Ursula Galvez Allam. Ayla Anderson. Summer Andrews. Francesca Bede. Alexandra Rose Birch. Victoria Jane Clark. Charlotte Frances Edwards Roskamp. Lauren Evans. Harry James Farmer. Iona Kate Lorimer Ferrier. John Ford. And with first-class honours, Vivian Elizabeth Gudgeon. Montana Ebony Ray Harding. Zoe Ann Harper. Emily Jessica Hurrell. Robert Lee. Matthew Thomas Longthorne. Jade Mills. Lee O'Leary. Ross Reed. And with first-class honours, Emily Louise Reeks. Sophie Emily Riddle. Rebecca Roberts. Megan Sage. Abigail Grace Simmons. Jada Shinyi Vasif. Marcus Alexander Wilson. Bachelor of Science in Adult Nursing, Paige Michaela Megan Alder. Callum Peter Anderson. Kirsty Marie Andrews. Katrina Aragones. Heather Arnold. And with first-class honours, Grace Emma Aston. Jodie Nicole Augustus. Jade Marie Barber. And with first-class honours, Samuel Frederick Bacon. Emma Louise Bailey. And with first-class honours, Jordan Louise Balfour. Charlotte Ball. Melissa Charlotte Alice Ball. Kerry Barker. Shelley Barr. Victoria Alice Bass. Gina Bielski. Misha Bishwakama. Sujina Beek. And with first-class honours, Jessica Marie Blackwell. Stephanie Ray Brazier. And with first-class honours, Kelly Bullman. Tanya Burgess. Claire Marie Burrows. And with first-class honours, Naomi Laura Burton. And with first-class honours, Helen Marie Buss. Rianne Mary Rose Carpenter. Sophie Victoria Carter. Yardan Jen. Kelly J. Clabby. Jade Margaret Cobb. And with first-class honours, Madison Ellie Collette. James Alexandrovna Cooper. Bethany Lauren Corden. And with first-class honours, Jade Annie Crow. Lisa Cummings. Helen Jean Curtis. And with first-class honours, Alison Davis. Josie Ann Dell. And with first-class honours, Claire Ellen Diffie. Lauren Kate Doble. Barley Ellen Dredge. Sophie Jane Dummer. Chennai Doonesbury. Catherine Rebecca Meriel Dunham. Lala Asma Al-Gamoon. Alison Emma Louise Ellis. And with first class honours, Philippa Louise Empson. Michelle Gay Paris Fowler. Emily Lauren Fell. Joanne Leslie Feltham. Roy Edward Flowerdew. Catherine Emily Foster. Zoe Joanne Foster. And with first class honours, Imogen Grace Fox. Shona Marie Fox. Hattie Mae Gibbons. Kelly Marie Christine Goldman. Charlotte Ann Gordon. Lindsay Antonia Gosnold. Jennifer Rosemarie Gotch-Kane. And with first class honours, Emma Jane Greenwood. Sujata Gurung. Adrian George Hammond. Cheney Hand. Hannah Emma Harwood. Samantha Jane Heath. Shakira Raisa Hines. Vanessa Ann Sarah Hoare. Nicola Hopes. Louise Rosalie Howard. Chloe Harriet Humphreys. Amy Louise Hunter. Francesca Lucia Ianelli. Mayor Afarin Isaac Panel. And with first class honours, Sophie Elizabeth Alice Jackson. Eleni Jeffries. Alexandra Louise Johnson. And with first class honours, Faith Johnston. Philippa Kane. Joyce Waithira Karanja. Dawn Louise Keats. Lorraine Kelly. And with first class honours, Alana Key. Unai C. Koli. Christian Yarchek Kubiski. Alice Lacey. Katie Elizabeth Lane. And with first class honours, Dominic Paul Lazelle. And with first class honours, Catherine Mary Legg. Sarah Jane Lockyer. Monique Isabella Linda Lucas. And with first class honours, Kimberly Jane McKeek. And with first class honours, Ikram Dihir Mohammed. And with first class honours, Hayley Louise Mann. Paige Gabrielle Martin. Terence Stephen Timothy May. Yasmin Tracy Macashay. Laura Erin McClue. Emma Jane Moody. Sean Brinley Moran. Alexandra Emily Rose Morgan. Lisa Marie Morfett. Harriet Alice Mulcahy. Danielle Daisy Netley. Claire Mary Newman. Sophie Newman. Gloria Ngoma. Mimi O'Connell. And with first class honours, Alexander Daniel Kennedy. Lauren Mary Olive. Catherine O'Reilly. Ellen O'Shea. Imogen Pack. Jennifer Stewart Parsons. Amy Marie Patton. Amelia Jade Payne. Melody Louise Pearson. Eleanor Faye Penn. Kelsey Dawn Perry. Andrea Ponchalova. Eleanor Francis Pringle. Helen Queen. And with first class honours, Nicole Louise Reed. Emily Louisa Ree. Oliver John Reed. Nancy Regina de Perez. And with first class honours, Kim Michelle Richardson. Michaela Ryder. And with first class honours, Shelley Louise Ripper. Sian Elizabeth Ritchie. Alice Mary Rooney. Lily Rose. Taylor Louise Rout. Davina Alana Samaru. Rachel Mary Sanders. Abigail Sano. Ella Louise Saunders. Zoe Saunders. Amy Doris Scott. Jessica Alice Scott. Kate Barbara Grace Searle. Sian Sessions. Deborah Lorraine Shires. Holly Shooter. Laura Shilkatite. And with first class honours, Emily Jane Simpson. Rebecca Hazel Skeet. Deezy Luciani Skeen. Bethany Christine Ann Slade. Carmen Rosalina Smith. Katie Jane Smith. Rebecca May Smith. Hannah Claire Snowden, Michael James Summers, Charlotte Elizabeth Sorge, Amy Stanton, Neve Amy Stott, Emma Jane Stringer, Karen Jane Sutton, Jennifer Tanton, Kaylee Louise Taylor, Nisha Thapar, and with first class honours, Emma Jane Thorne. And with first class honours, Danielle J. Tyrrell, Holly Jane Tobias, Charlotte Elaine Tomlinson, and with first class honours, Grace Georgina Toms, Ella Sarah Toohill, Annie Elizabeth Norfolk Usher, Constance Elizabeth Katherine Van Cassel, and with first class honours, Eleanor Faye Voice, Gemma Maria Ward, Tina Weaver, and with first class honours, Olivia Abby Julia Webster, and with first class honours, Rosemary Sarah Welch, Amy Isabella Wells, and with first class honours, Lauren Rebecca West, Harriet June White, Caris Victoria Williams, and with first class honours, Claire Williams, Nadine Francis Williams, Natalie Jean Wood, G. Van Worth, Joanne Grace Wyndham, Wan Zhang, Bachelor of Science in Children's and Young People's Nursing, Lydia Mary Absalom, Sophie Claire Francis Alexander, Zoe Bourne, and with first class honours, Amy Alice Bragg, Nicole Alexandra Muir-Brewer, Ellie Helen Ashley Brown, Constance Jane Delacour, Savannah Jade Hancock, and with first class honours, Kerry Hilton, Rebecca Lauren Jeffrey, Kelsey Yorgich, Laura Esme Judges, Siobhan Kennett, and with first class honours, Bethany Rose Maskell, Chloe Victoria Dagmar Memish, Molly Louise India Musgrove, Paige Victoria Nuthall, Nana Sawar Osei, Ellie Louise Parr. Tony Turner. Hannah Mae Wellman. Gemma Louise Young. Bachelor of Science in Clinical Exercise Science, Jack William Andrews. Sean Alexander Baker. Joel Robert Beeston. Joe Bradley Dyer. Amy Louise Farrell. Philip Charles Ruthven Highland. Selma Paolo Amado Jacinto. James David Pickett. Payam Puzadu. Shannon May Hannah Tilley. Robert Wallace. And with first class honours, Rebecca J. Weatherly. Natalie Ann Wilson. Bachelor of Science in Mental Health Nursing, Meredith Nana Ama Natriwa Adomarco. Amy Harriet Bennett. Shannon May Boone. Sarah Frances Brimble. Grace Christie Broadbent. Sasha Louise Bryan. Sophie Butler. Tegan Rose Clifford. And with first class honours, Jessica Rose Cooper. Imogen Roberta Cooper Morehouse. Jessica Katherine Cusack. Kieran Davis. And with first class honours, Lucy Evans. Lynn Francis. And with first class honours, Nicola Ellen Fuller. Tara Katrina Gordon. Nicola Haynes. Vaiswavu Ham Erska. Charlotte Elizabeth Hilton. Martin William Hogan. And with first class honours, Mary Holmes. Caris Ann James. Perez Caper. And with first class honours, Sophie Marie Marlick. Jacqueline McDowell. Natasha Ellen Moores. And with first class honours, Erin Francis Morris. Alice Rose Mosley. Eric Paul O'Brien. Danielle Alice Parfit. And with first class honours, Adam Rhodes. And with first class honours, Sarah Ellen Shapter. Sadie Stanley. And with first class honours, Jennifer Francis Tovey. Jessica Lauren Turner. Mary Elizabeth Unwin. And with first class honours, Agnieszka Wallace. And with first class honours, Megan Claire Waugh. Charlotte Georgia Watton. And with first class honours, Abigail Wembridge. Bachelor of Science in Midwifery, Hayley Louise Alchin. Emma Louise Barrett. And with first class honours, Katie Elizabeth Jane Batt. Sharissa Joy Batty. And with first class honours, Vishnumaya Briggs. Chloe Beth Chapman. Hayley Chepkovich. And with first class honours, Sarah Louise Clark. Miria Thanuja Code. Tony Ann Cornelius. Claire Downey. And with first class honours, Hannah Elizabeth Elston. Gemma Fifield. Natalie Rianne Gwilliam. Sian Page Hancock. Katja Melissa Hewlett. And with first class honours, Nadine Claire Horgan. Sophie Louise House. Cara Page Humanuk. Alicia Violet Jarman. Laura Kerslake Smith. Louise Mansfield. Pamela McKean. And with first class honours, Catherine Irene Mercer. Kirsty Marie Minter. Sophie Natasha Morton. Nicole Noyce. Miranda Rose Nuttall. And with first class honours, Danielle Iona Lynette O'Regan. Claire Louise Parkinson. Rachel Pierce. Katie Jane Poole. And with first class honours, Anne Power. Caroline Mary Priestley. Sarah Quayle. Lucy Claire Toy. And with first class honours, Abigail Underhill. And with first class honours, Michelle Jane Wills. Lucy Natasha Wilson. Diploma of Higher Education in Maternal and Newborn Care, Deborah Jane Stone. Bachelor of Science in Nutrition, Sydney Louise Barry. Amy Best. And with first class honours, Rosina Bevan. Phoebe Biletsky. Alexandra Bovey. Shona Burgess. Yvonne Stella Chitakeshi. Harriet Rose Deacon. Jessica Funnell. Emily Hartnell. Priscilla Puhis Seho. Charles Adam Hughes. Wazanai Salome Mataruka. Rosie Millay. Cassidy Payne. Jessica Helena Ricecar. And with first class honours, Emily Rogers. Matthew Wardale. Victoria Wynne. Bachelor of Science in Occupational Therapy, Jessica Ellen Beer. Dara Kyron Bennett. Jennifer Lorraine Bolton. Sarah Marie Chegwin. Hannah Louise Christie. Amber Lee Cockwell. Kayleen Dubach. Zoe Elizabeth Hooper. Mark Jackson. Emma Jones. Wendy Coulton-Brunner. Sinead Lauren Kelly. And with first class honours, Claire Louise Langaroo. And with first class honours, Jodie May Simmons. Rosemary Alice Stickland. Holly Rebecca Tetlow. And with first class honours, Christina Louise Thompson. Lauren Georgina Trout. Anna Catherine White. Nia Louise Williams. Bachelor of Science in Physiotherapy, Kerry Louise Allen. Catherine Bianca Angeloni. And with first class honours, Carl Andrew Anstey. Adam Edward Arthur. Alistair Dominic Neil Bolton. And with first class honours, Gail Heather Brown. Lucy Emma Comerford. And with first class honours, Taylor Alex Cooper. Hannah Louise Cotterill. Aaron Dalton. Francesca Davey. And with first class honours, David Doherty. Emily Marie Luca Dorsmith. Ria Gemma Sheila East. And with first class honours, Alexander Thomas Evans. J. Allen Hobbs. Sophia Elisa Nicole Lockyer. Caroline Nicole. Warwick Ewalds Schmidt. Lauren Kim Searles. And with first class honours, Cassia Sabert Santos. Annabel Shawcroft. Philip Richard Sleeman. And with first class honours, Jodie Paul Spurgeon. And with first class honours, Benjamin Steele Turner. And with first class honours, Naomi Elizabeth Wakeman. Michael Francis Whitlock. Bachelor of Science in Professional Practice, Alice May Beard. April Jenny Bradbeer. Natasha Hubie. Charlotte Louise Madison. Alison Jane Patty. Sophie Jane Poole. Linda Sales. Angela Terry. Bachelor of Science in Public Health with professional registration as a specialist community public health nurse, health visiting, Sharon Katherine Baldwin. Shannon Holmes. Naomi Louise McKee. Samantha Louise Spreadbury. Advanced Diploma in Adult Nursing, Katie Laura Schreiber. Diploma of Higher Education in Healthcare Studies, Eleanor Sophie Russell. Diploma of Higher Education in Operating Department Practice, and with distinction, Jessica Alcock. And with distinction, Paul Stephen Allen. And with distinction, Cesar Obalida. And with distinction, Sally Louise Boyce Collins. And with distinction, Sarah Natasha Corbett. And with distinction, Rosie Davis. And with distinction, Christopher Deakin. And with distinction, Jasmine Gail Dixon. And with distinction, Alexandra Ann Griffin. And with distinction, Maria Hayward. Rachel Kerry Johnson. And with distinction, Shona Lazarus. And with distinction, Yang Hong Lee. And with distinction, Zyron Lopez. Ronnie Joseph Manakalail. And with distinction, Ravinder Paul Singh Manda. Rachel Mann. And with distinction, Jodie Nichols. Matthew Olinares. Alex Lee Pichin Perez. And with distinction, Elizabeth Clare Walmsley. And with distinction, Sia Wang. Samuel William James Warren. Pro-Chancellor, Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I now have the pleasure of presenting the recipient of a prestigious prize, which will be presented by the Vice-Chancellor. Postgraduate Research Prize, awarded to the research student whose performance or achievement is deemed by the Vice-Chancellor to have been most outstanding in their time at BU. Awarded to Sheetal Sharma. Pro-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards and prizes for the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences.
And again, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in giving all recipients of awards a final round of applause. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor John Vinney.
Graduation is my favourite time of year, and it's not just this dashing gown and rather fetching hat that I get to wear. It's because at graduation I have the great pleasure of meeting all of you, our graduating students, and have the very great privilege of being the first person to congratulate you as you cross the stage. Now, graduates, you are now BU alumni, and I know how great that is because I'm one too. So I once crossed this very same stage and sat where you are today, so I know what a very proud and special day this is. Now, the motto of this university is Discere mutari est, which means to learn is to change. And education is about changing lives, our own lives and the lives of those around us. So it really does help us to leave the world a better place than we found it. Your achievements today, the launch pad, are for an amazing journey that has absolutely no limits. A journey full of opportunities and challenges, a journey that will require you to continually learn, to change and to adapt in order to succeed in this increasingly fast-paced, competitive and globally connected world. Since I was here as a student, BU has been on an amazing journey too and has changed beyond all recognition. Our vision for BU is based on the integration of education, research and professional practice, and what we call fusion. And we believe that by bringing these three elements together seamlessly, we can have a greater impact on students and on society. Now, in the last Research Excellence Framework Assessment, 72% of our research was deemed to have an outstanding or very considerable impact on society. And this year, we were given a Silver Award in the new government's Teaching Excellence Framework, reflecting that we consistently exceed rigorous national quality requirements for UK higher education. Now, we were delighted that when making this award, they picked up on the very high placement levels and the excellence of our practice placements, professional accreditation of our programmes, and initiatives such as Student Research Assistantship Programme and peer-assisted learning, all things you may have experienced while you've been with us. Now, my decision to study at this institution changed my life forever, and my journey has led me to being on the stage today. To lead such a fantastic university is a great honour and a privilege, and who knows where your amazing journeys will take you. Now, another reason I absolutely love graduation is because I have the very great pleasure of not just meeting you, but also of meeting all your family and friends at the reception afterwards. and of addressing those who aren't able to be with us but are watching us live from around the world. We know that succeeding at university requires a huge amount of hard work, tenacity and determination, and you should all be extremely proud of what you've achieved yourselves. But none of you did this alone, so sitting around you are the people that helped you keep your feet on the ground while you were reaching for the stars, your parents, partners, friends and families. Without their support and understanding, none of this would have been possible. So people who supported you when you first decided to go to university, people who man the 24/7 helpline back home, and with 3 daughters, I know exactly what that involves. People who were there for you when the pressure started to build, the deadlines were getting closer, and those final assessments were looming. So I'm delighted to see so many of your supporters here today to share this moment with you. And graduates, I now invite you to stand up, turn around to look at them, and join me in showing your thanks with a huge round of applause. Brilliant. Now, you may have noticed some other familiar faces on the stage or in the audience today, your lecturers, tutors and support staff. And like me, they were extremely proud to see you cross the stage and collect your awards. And I'd like to take this opportunity to say a thank you to each and every one of them for their contribution, and in particular for making BU what it is today, such a creative, friendly and inspiring place to be. So please do give them a wave if you can catch their eye, and join me in thanking them with a huge round of applause. Now, you can all be proud of what you've achieved as individuals, but I also want to briefly reflect on what you've achieved together. So many of you graduating today have contributed enormously to BU and to the wider community, either working with our fantastic Students' Union, SUBU, or volunteering and fundraising and doing charity work, representing BU and our fantastic sports teams, or through the clubs, societies and community groups that you will have been part of. So on behalf of all of the people in our local community and further afield that have benefited from your work, I would like to say another big thank you. Now, the Faculty of Health and Social Sciences has gone from strength to strength. This year, the National Centre for Post-Qualifying Social Work and Professional Practice has been recognised in the media and with awards for its work in demonstrating the effect of financial fraud. The Centre's work is working with the charities and other bodies across the UK to really persuade businesses and the government to take action to prevent this devastating crime. So another great example of the fusion in practice. Now, I know that my colleagues in the faculty have really enjoyed working with you all, and you may have to brace yourselves for this, but they have a few messages they would like to share.
Congratulations to all the newly qualified mental health nurses. Best of luck in your future careers, and keep in touch with us.
J1. With your certificate, you'll find a 5,000-word essay asking you to reflect on today and what it means for your personal recovery. Best of luck.
Hi. On behalf of all the CPD unit leaders and myself, we'd like to congratulate all those of you being awarded BSc and Master's degrees.
You have all worked really hard over the last 3 years, and this is a significant achievement, so very well done. It has been a pleasure and a privilege to have known you, and we wish you all the best for your future nursing careers.
Well done! It's been a real privilege to work with such dedicated professionals.
And well done to all the AMP students who've worked really hard on a very difficult programme, so good luck for the future.
Congratulations to all our post-qualifying health and social work students.
Oh my goodness, what's this? I've never seen it before. I'm not sure how it works. I think this is a clue. I think I'm supposed to blow it up here.
Well, at least yours works. I think mine's broken. I can't get it to work properly.
I think I've worked mine out though. Hang on.
Guys, does anyone know how to use any of this kit at all?
Shh, we're being filmed. Well done, everybody.
Congratulations. Well done to all of you on the clinical exercise science program. I know it's been a challenging 3 years, but you've all done really well. Congratulations and all the best for the future.
We are really, really proud of you. Keep in touch and come and see us sometime. We'll miss you.
Congratulations! Congratulations to you all from all of the team.
It's been wonderful being able to share in your success.
You should all be very proud of yourselves.
Hurrah for you!
Hello everybody. George and the skills team would like to wish you all the best on your graduation.
And we wish you every success for the future.
Very proud of all that you've achieved. Hope you're having a fabulous day with friends and family, and who are all clearly going to be very proud of you, as you should be proud of yourselves. You've done remarkably well. We congratulate you on your success. And look forward to hearing of your further successes, and just wish you every success in your career, and go out there and make a difference.
In true creative, reflective fashion, we've tried to recreate your student journey.
Looking forward to watching your career progression, and hopefully I'll get to work with some of you as professionals.
Thank you for working hard on all of your placements, and good luck for the future.
And don't forget, if you're ever stuck on musculoskeletal, just find what hurts and press it more. And if you're stuck on respiratory, just remember, deep breath and cough. If you're stuck on neuro, well, good luck with that.
Well done, everybody.
I would just like to say, on behalf of myself and the team, well done. And we hope that you've really enjoyed yourself over the last 3 years with your experience and your knowledge on the nutrition team. We hope to have equipped you with that knowledge and the competencies and skills that will serve you on your way and underpin those wings as you fly out as a nutritionist. Congratulations!
Well done, everybody.
You've all worked so hard over the past few years.
We wish you every success in your future careers.
Congratulations and
You alright, mate? Can I help you?
It's my chest. I haven't got a urine infection, mate.
Hi there, I'm a paramedic. Can I help you? What's up?
I need someone I can understand.
Oh, okay. All right, buddy, what's on?
I don't need hair and makeup done, mate.
Where's the patient then? What seems to be the problem?
I've got chest. I can't believe all our students have passed.
Congratulations, everybody. You're all occupational therapy superheroes.
But can you please not wear your pants outside your uniform?
Keep going, you're doing beautifully. Keep going, go with the flow.
Wow, you're amazing. You've done it.
What is it? Lots of newborn midwives.
Congratulations, everybody.
I would like to add my personal best wishes for the future. You're now all automatically members of the BU Alumni Association, so please do make the most of their ongoing service and support. We want to hear about your amazing journeys. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this ceremony, and I'd like to thank all of those who have been involved in making it such a success, particularly our Pro-Chancellor, Valerie Pitt-Rivers, for presiding today, thank you, our dignitaries and distinguished guests, and the chairman and members of the University Board for their continued support and commitment. Please now join me and my colleagues in the Purbeck Hall to continue the celebrations. Thank you.
Congregation, please stand for the national anthem and retiring processions.